Aaliyah. Thank you for clicking on this video and coming to my channel. For a while I've had this idea to do a new series on my channel. I want to highlight different random subjects that I look into purely out of curiosity. I don't know exactly what to call it, but for now it will be hyperfixation of the moment. I have ADHD and I will find topics that I look into for hours for no reason. A question pops into my head, or I see something online, and then I'm reading articles, watching videos. I love to research, it doesn't matter what, and I thought it might be fun to talk about the various topics I research. I don't know how often I will do these videos. They won't be planned, just whenever I have something interesting I spent a lot of time looking into. I might hold on to some info to make the videos have some sort of schedule, but probably not. The topics in future videos could really be anything. I have so many interests that are always vying for attention. This will truly be a step inside my brain. This video will be about opossums, also called possums in North America. Both are correct terms for the same animal. However, there is a different Australian animal, also called opossum. The Opossums Society of the United States says that the word opossum comes from apossum, A-P-A-S-U-M, an Algonquin word that means white animal. I started looking into these guys because one came to visit when me, my mom, dog, and cat were in the backyard. He was in a tree, and at first I thought he was a cat. I thought possums were nocturnal, so I looked up online if they were nocturnal or do they come out in the daytime. Ends up they are nocturnal, but it's not unusual for them to be seen during the day. There are many reasons for this. According to Opossum Society of the United States, some are that food can be scarce in the winter and it's warmer during the day, so they may forage then. If it is spring or summer, a female with babies has to spend more time getting more food, so she may come out in the light. If a possum's daytime hiding spot is disturbed by people or animals, the possum has to run and find a new place to hide during the day. I also thought they carried rabies, but they very rarely have rabies. The Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife. One of the reasons people probably think they carry rabies is because of how dramatic they are at playing dead. Playing dead, also called playing possum, is a defense mechanism possums have where they appear dead when they feel threatened. This is more than just fainting. For one, it's involuntary. It is a response their body goes into that they cannot control. Possums completely mimic death when playing dead. They foam at the mouth, their lips curl back to show their teeth. They will lay on their side and become stiff, stay unmoving even if poked or moved. The opossum's eyes will glaze over, close, or half close. They even secrete an unpleasant smelling fluid from their anal glands, mimicking the release of bowel movements at death. This state can last from 40 minutes to 4 hours, according to the Opossum Society of the United States. Some of this, particularly in the day, could make some people think they just saw an opossum with rabies die. Possums are really quite cool animals. I follow an account on Instagram called Juniper Fox that rescues wildlife, and they've had several possums. Currently, they have one named Mumford. This is a video from the Juniper Fox channel talking about Mumford. I'm going to show you some of the video and tell you a bit of his story. He came to them with an injured arm and part of his ear bitten off by his siblings. Mumford is non-releasable, meaning he'll stay with the rescue because he has metabolic bone disease. This is what has caused his arm to twist. Mumford loves to play with his treat puzzles and explore his enclosure. He is a very curious boy now that he has settled into his new home, even making friends with some of the other animals. He has a boot to help him walk around easier, which he is getting used to. You can check out more of Mumford's journey and the other animals under the rescue's care at Juniper Fox with 2 X's on Instagram. This is the skeleton of an opossum, specifically a gray short-tailed opossum. If you look at the back foot, you can see possums have opposable thumbs. They use these to hold onto trees. Possums are marsupial mammals like kangaroos and koalas, so they also have a pouch for holding their newborn young. The babies are so small at birth that the Opossum Society of the United States says 20 newborns can fit in a teaspoon. I'm going to put up a picture of a female possum with very young babies in her visible pouch. I'm just mentioning this because it does look like an opening in the skin, and some people might be uncomfortable with that. There's no blood or fluid of any kind, just skin opening with young babies inside. Putting the picture up now. Skip ahead a short bit if you don't want to see it. You can see how small the babies are and how the mother is able to reach around and care for them. I had never seen an opossum pouch before, so I found this really interesting. The picture's not up anymore. Once born, the babies immediately crawl into the pouch where there's a nipple to nurse from, and they continue developing, says the National Geographic. According to Animal Services of Winnebago County, Illinois, the babies stay in the pouch till they are 3 months old, and National Geographic says once they are out of the pouch, they will move in and out of the pouch and also start to ride on the mom's back as she's looking for food. A possum can give birth to as many as 20 babies, but fewer than half of them will usually survive. This is an example of an animal that has a short gestation period, 11 to 13 days, and a large litter size because they have a high fatality rate for their young. One of the main reasons is predators. Opossums play an important role in the environment and in our communities. They are scavengers, eating our trash, and also dead animals. Their diet is made up of small rodents, fruits, nuts, grass, insects, and carrion. Eating trash, and especially dead animals, gives an animal bad reputation, much like the vulture, but this is a necessary part of the ecosystem. We need animals that help decompose the dead animals so that new life can begin from the soil the bodies break down in. I have personally always loved vultures since I was little, and as I got older, really respected the role they play in our environment. I might make a video about them because they have such a negative light around them due to being associated with death. Possums fulfill this same role while also helping keep pests away from homes. They eat mice and other small rodents, so this is helpful to the homes they live near. Some possums also hunt snakes and are venom resistant. In particular, those of tribe Didelphini, which includes the larger possum that we see in the U.S. They are immune to venom from rattlesnakes and pit vipers. This was discussed in a research paper called Snake Venom Resistance as a Mammalian Trophic Adaptation, Lessons from Didelphid Marsupials by Robert S. Voss and Sharon A. Jansa. When I saw the possum in my yard, he didn't interact with me at all and left without me having to do anything. This is the most likely outcome if you see a possum. If you find an adult that seems to need help, leave it alone and contact your local wildlife rehabilitation center or animal control. The Opossum Society of the United States says to check with your local animal control that they do not euthanize all opossums regardless of health status when you call. If a possum or possum family is in your roof, crawl space under the house, wait for them to leave at night and then block off entry to that location. Possums find new homes. Possums find new locations to rest every few days, so you are not causing them a problem. They will just move on and find a new place to sleep when they can't get back in. If you find an unattended baby, do not touch it. If big enough, This baby may be a juvenile that is now independent from its mom and siblings. It's very young, according to Opossum Society of the United States. Less than 7 inches from nose to butt, not including the tail, is the size they say needs help. They may have a mother around, so look for the mother before calling for help. If you see no mother, then call a wildlife rehabilitator or animal services. Do not pick up that baby yourself. They have specialized needs that only a qualified person should attend to. If you find a mother that you know is dead, you can use gloves or some fabric to cover your hands in order to check her pouch and see if there are live babies in there. Sometimes when a mother dies, her babies are still alive in the pouch if found soon enough. Beyond checking the pouch, do not touch the babies if they are alive. Again, call for help and follow whatever directions you are given. The general rules are always going to be have as little interactions with wildlife as possible. Don't get too close, don't feed them, don't touch them unless instructed by an expert. I hope you've learned some new information about opossums from this video. I really enjoyed researching it and writing this. All the sources will be in the description with links. And thank you for watching, like, and subscribe if you want to. Bye.